Alright, chat, we're live again. I told you I'll be putting in the work. This is my third video in the past 1 hour. So let's go. Share, like, and subscribe. There's only 20 people in the chat right now. I need some more people in the chat. Whoever is in the chat who hasn't subscribed or like any of my content, please subscribe and like, please. Thank you very much. All right, so let's go into this one now. So this one now, there's the title, The Real Sosa, the man that Scarface feared, right? The man that Scarface feared. Well, we never heard about this in the movie. I don't remember this part in the movie. As I say, after all this content, I'm gonna have to rewatch the movie. So yeah, I'm new to this. Let's go in, let's see what's going on.
I only tell you one time. Don't fuck me, Tony.
In 1983, the United States received an offer so extreme it froze Washington in place. Not a threat, not a demand. A single offer worth $3 billion. Enough to erase an entire country's debt. And the letter was addressed directly to the President of the United States. The man behind it wasn't a head of state or a general. He was a rancher in the Bolivian jungle who believed he could buy his way out of history. At that time, Bolivia was drowning in $3 billion of debt. Roberto Suárez sat down and typed a simple proposition to President Ronald Reagan.
You see why I chose to chat? You see why I chose to start off my YouTube career with videos like these? Because it's educational as well, because I'm learning new things. Because most of these people we call legends for certain things, we only know about them through movies, music, or you get me. We never get to hear the untold stories of their life, like the behind the scene things that they went through, things that they maybe don't put in the movie, but just over exaggerated it a bit to just make it fit the script. But I like watching stuff like this because I'm learning as we go along. So we're all learning together, chat. We're all learning together. So let's go.
Would pay off the entire national debt of Bolivia with a single check.
Exactly. What's the point? Together we strive, so together we learn. So I like that. I like that comment. Together we learn, because together we strive. So yeah, man, stay locked in. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
His only condition, the release of his son from a US prison, and for the D to leave his kingdom alone. Most people know him as Alejandro Sosa, the Cold, calculated villain from Scarface, who ordered the hit on Tony Montana. But the movie only scratched the surface, while Hollywood showed you a drug lord. The real Roberto Suárez was an architect of power who bought an entire nation. He financed military coups, ran a private air force, and held the leash of the Medellín Cartel. To understand the sheer balls it takes to write to the US president, you have to understand Suárez's bloodline. Unlike other traffickers, Suárez was born into a dynasty. His family were the Rubber Kings, aristocrats who owned millions of acres of Bolivian territory. This is why Sosa...
You see, until this video now, chat, I never heard of this guy Suárez. I never heard of him. You see, he was around the same time as Scarface, and they was involved in what they was doing. But they didn't really, tell his story the way that they're telling it now in this documentary. Yeah, interesting.
in the movie is so refined. He wasn't a street thug. He was royalty dot by the late 70s. He traded rubber for white powder and founded Law Corporation, the OPEC of cocaine. Pablo Escobar might have been the face of the cartel, but he was just a customer to Suarez. Escobar controlled distribution, but Roberto Suarez controlled the source, the high-quality Bolivian coca paste. That the Medellín Cartel needed to survive. Suarez managed a fleet of 40 private jets, with pilots trained to land on jungle highways in total darkness. If Suarez decided to cut the supply for 1 week, Escobar's empire would have crumbled into nothing. He was the silent partner that made the entire 80s drug boom possible. He once even tried to hire the Rolling Stones for a private concert at one of his jungle estates. He didn't care about the price. He just wanted Mick Jagger to perform in the rainforest for his friends. This god complex is exactly why he felt comfortable enough to negotiate with the US president. In 1980, the stakes got higher. When the Bolivian government began caving to US pressure to stop the drug trade, Suarez launched a war. He reportedly funneled $5 million to right-wing army officers to stage a bloody takeover, known as the cocaine coup.
You see where the corruption will start. It's always within the government. If it's not the police, it's the army. Once you have money, that's what I'm saying. Money do control a lot of things. Once you have money, a lot of people has a price, and it's easy to buy them out.
He installed General Luis Garcia Meza as a puppet dictator. For the next 2 years, the Bolivian military didn't hunt dealers. They guarded laboratories. His own cousin became the Minister of the Interior, famously telling the public, anyone who opposes us should walk with their will under their arm. This turned Bolivia into the world's first there are. This turned Bolivia into the world's first true narco state.
Lo responsable sería de parte de nuestro gobierno cae al mínimo precio al alcance de los niños, de los jóvenes y de...
This is the power you see Sosa brag about in Scarface, the ability to move armies with a phone call. But why was he allowed to operate for so long? Suarez believed he was untouchable because he was useful. During the 80s, the Reagan administration...
Oh, now I know who Suarez is. You see, in the movie, that's what I'm saying. He doesn't even look nothing like that in the movie. So you wouldn't even like, if you didn't really, pay attention to that character, you wouldn't even remember him. But yeah, now I know who Suarez is. Chat. Yeah, I see. Yeah. I see.
Administration was obsessed with fighting communism in Nicaragua. When Congress cut off funding for the Contra rebels, the CIA needed off-the-books cash. It has been widely alleged that Suarez's corporation provided millions of dollars to the Contras. In exchange, his planes were given a free pass into US airspace. This is the secret behind the $3 billion letter. Suarez felt he was a partner to the CIA, a geopolitical player who was too important to fail. When the United States finally turned on him, he didn't see justice. He saw betrayal, the attempt.
Can't trust the government. Same way you can't trust. You can't trust police or soldiers or anything like that. But they're all a part of the government. You can't trust them because they're always gonna want their way. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And they will sell you a dream. and end you and your team. Stay real. Ignore.
To bring him down with Operation Fountain, using undercover agents to lure him to a meeting. But Suarez was smarter than Escobar. He never touched the product himself. He had a layer of insulation around him that allowed him to watch the news from his ranch. While his associates were arrested, every empire has an expiration date. By 1988, the US could no longer ignore the man they had helped create. The cocaine coup generals were gone, and the CIA had moved on. In a massive raid on one of his jungle estates, Suarez was finally arrested. He was sentenced to 15 years in prison, but even behind bars, he lived like a king. He served only 7 years before being released for good behavior. And here is the most shocking part. Unlike Sosa, who died in a hail of bullets.
I think that scene there, when you see that scene there, you just know that's Scarface straight away. Yeah, and I think that scene was legendary. The way he went out, you know. 'Cause you know when you believe in something, you're gonna believe in it to the end, no matter what it is, life or death, you know. Yeah, you believe in it.
Roberto Suárez Gómez died peacefully in his bed. He passed away in a luxury villa, surrounded by family, as one of the most respected and feared men in Bolivia. He was El Rey, the man who proved that if you have enough coca, you can own a country. He didn't need to be a street fighter because he owned the men who carried the guns.
I challenge the finest cowboy, but there is no extradition treaty.
In the end, he was the ultimate puppet master, and that is why his story is even more terrifying than the movie.
They will probably have to kidnap me.
I'm 62 and this.
So chat, what do y'all think of that that mini documentary there? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's my mistake. I didn't realize that he played a major part in the movie. As I say, I was learning as I'm going along, same as you lot. Like, you know, we're all learning together. So I appreciate everyone highlighting stuff, and together we strive. So together we learn. Yeah. Okay, so this is I'm not sure if I'm gonna do any more reaction videos on like the drugs and stuff like that, because this is my first 3 videos. I might do 3 other videos with the 3 different topic and different content, and see what's going. Because remember, my channel I still haven't found my identity for my channel as yet, because I need to build an audience and see what they like first, and then I can know what do I need to put out the most and stuff like that. So I'm just building this channel now. So I appreciate everybody in the chat. I see 55 people, which is good. I need y'all to subscribe, because I should have more subscribers than the people who I see watching my live. But I appreciate you all though, definitely. I see the love y'all sending. Please share and like up the contents, and I'm gonna keep pushing out the content same way. Happy New Year to everyone who's watching. Happy New Year, where you're all from. Okay. Okay. Well, some of these flags I don't know where they are for sure, but I know America, UK, Jamaica, Trinidad. Yeah, I know Trinidad. Well, France, Morocco. Yeah, I was just in Europe the other day, so that's good. Yeah, but I appreciate the love, man. I appreciate the love. As I say, share, like, and subscribe, and let's begin this YouTube journey together. Together we strive, together we learn. Peace.